Alright gang, welcome back to our survival challenge here on New Frontier. It is now May Day 1, and as you can see, we now have an actual true temporary living quarters. It's just a tent, but nonetheless it will keep us dry, and no longer are we going to be sleeping in the shed and or the tractor until our log cabin is done and built. So, like I said, May Day 1. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing better than me. Hopefully I sound slightly better than yesterday's episode, and even, well, I guess the very first episode I did of the time-lapse millionaire that I started in the interim. Not a ton to do today, unfortunately. We have very little that really we can do today. This technically is ready to harvest, but it's not going to be good grass to mow right now. It's not going to be as long as it typically could be, I should say. So that's we may mow it, we may not, I don't know. I think I'm going to try to do some more mowing over in here in this area. It'll be weeded up grass, not that fantastic, to be honest with you. We're also going to take down some more trees today. We need to take a look at the sheep as well, and go from there. Now, we've got some wood that we need to be bringing over to the house. We still have 20,000 wood in there, so that's actually not too bad, honestly, but nonetheless, we still do need to get some more wood in there to keep it running. As far as what we have here, hold on a second, let me go visit. No, sell, visit. Wood beam is what we need. Okay, so, what is this? That's planks long. And that's just regular planks. So we need to get wood beam. We have 1,981 liters of wood beam, so there should be a wood beam that spawns. So, let me move some of these out of the way here. Shouldn't take me long to do this. I won't even put this on camera. I'll just kind of cut this out real quick. Get these all moved out of the way. Probably not the best stacking job either, but we'll see what I can get done here. Get them out of the way and be back with you once we get that wood beam. Alright, looks like a wood beam right there for us. So just need to get realigned here. I didn't do a terrible job actually stacking those. It wasn't the best, but it's not terrible. I've done certainly much worse before. Certainly much worse. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this on up there to the log cabin construction project. Now what are we going to do today? Like I said, take down some trees. We've got to go over there, probably give the sheep some water. I think they need some water. Other than that, that's it, man. What's really what we got to do. I've got $26,000 right now, but I don't necessarily want to get rid of all of that unless we have to. Mainly because we got to get a harvester still, right? Now, somebody mentioned maybe I should just take this up here and try to like drop it off. I'm a little afraid I'm going to drop it the wrong way, but I can always pick it up, I guess, because I've got that mod on, even though I'm not really utilizing it. All right, that worked. They were 100% correct, so I forget who it was, and I apologize. I should have wrote your name down, but thank you, because that did work. That did do the trick. So that was the next step, was the wood beam. As you can see, we actually got some walls going up here now, so get out of the way there, Z. So we're making progress here, gang. We are making progress. We've got a lot of things floating here. I think this side is going to have a little bit of a floating issue, as you can see here, but like I mentioned previously, I've got some ideas on how we can fix that. Or at least make it look like it's been fixed, right? So, I'm not that concerned about it, really. I'm just happy we were able to get this in here with the tree close to the log cabin. I wanted that to be there. This branch might partially be in the way, but that's alright. I still wanted it to be close to the house like that. So as you can hear, I am still dealing with this sickness. It is getting better slightly. Very slightly, but it is getting better. So if you just bear with me, I will get through it. I promise. I will get through it. First of all, let's take this and let's drop this off. Actually, I'm putting this in the wrong spot. Been a couple of days since I've done an episode. As you know, I was in Vegas. I was playing in a poker tournament. So if you didn't happen to watch yesterday's episode, well, first of all, go check it out. We made some progress yesterday. We sold a small field and upgraded to a bigger field that's right next to our yard. So that's pretty exciting. Something I've been talking about doing since like the beginning, basically, of that series. So check that one out if you haven't done so. Check yesterday's episode out on the Farm Maze Challenge. But as far as the trip in Vegas, I did do pretty good for at least for me, what I think at least. So my goal was going into it. I was in a poker tournament. If you're new and just stumbled across this, I was in a poker tournament in Vegas. My first ever massive poker tournament. I've been in small ones, 40, 50 people. This was like 1,100 people, a little over 1,100 people, something like that. 1,160, I think. So my biggest one by far. And so my goal really was just to make it past day one. I did accomplish that goal. I made it past day one. I got to day two. And I went out right before the break on day two. There was around 150 people left. So basically, I outlasted about 1,000 people. So I was really happy with that. So unfortunately, I got knocked out, runner. So I had King 10 suited. I was running out of big blinds, and I got into it with the chip leader at the table, and I called the blind, which was already pretty big. She raised it, just a min raise. I called that. Flop came king. I don't know, 7 or 2-8 or 7-8. I don't know. It wasn't anything crazy. It was nothing to be scared about or anything like that with my kings. So I pushed all in, obviously, at that point. And she spent 10 minutes trying to decide if she wanted to call me or not. Ended up making the call, finding the call. And actually, I don't have access to hardly any of this, I guess. Anyway, she made the call, figured out a way to get the call done, and then hits runner on me. So she called me with ace high. She had nothing but ace high. But she couldn't lose at that table. She was winning everything, no matter what. So as soon as she called, I knew I was probably screwed. And so it wasn't even the ace that killed me. So she had ace queen. It was offsuit, ace queen offsuit, and it came. The turn came queen, and the river came queen. So runner queen to take me out. It's a awful, unfortunate way to go, but still was pretty happy and proud of how I played, and there was not really a whole lot I could do about that one. I guess the only thing I could have done is folded and not went all in, but I had to make a move. Like I said, I was running out of big blinds. I probably only had maybe one more rotation and a half, and I was going to be blinded out. So I was going to have to go all in with whatever I had, no matter what at that point anyway. So I took the chance with the king 10 suited, and it failed me. It failed me miserably. So. But I still had a lot of fun, so. But this sickness, my wife got it when we were there. Unsure exactly if it was from somewhere from here in Ohio that we got, and we just didn't see signs until we got there, or if it was something that she got in Vegas. I didn't start showing symptoms until pretty much the night before we left. She had them midway through our trip, so she had it for quite a while. And I did the best I could to not get it, but obviously when you're in a hotel room, there's not really a whole lot of places I can go at night to stay away. So I ended up getting it as well. Now, the problem with that is that when we were there, her family doesn't have good blood pressure. She's high blood pressure or whatever. So when we were there, I had to take her to the ER because her blood pressure spiked. So we had to take her there because she was really concerned and nervous about it. The doctor didn't seem too worried about it when we got there, but just he is basically saying it's because you're sick, and that's the reason why I went up. But with her having high blood pressure, we were a little concerned about it. So at that point, we thought it was either, it was like RSV or flu or whatever, and we got tested when we got home, and it was a flu A. So, but I think RSV was also to play. I think it was both. So it's not been a fun week here, I guess is how I'm gonna put it. I'm probably making you dizzy doing that there too, but we'll get over it. So anyway, that's the reason I sound the way that I do. I do sound better than I did sound, I guess, when I first got back, and that's the reason why there has been very few, if any, videos out there for you to watch. So I apologize for that. I just didn't really. I did one when I started the Time-Lapse Millionaire series. I just didn't really want to do a video when I sounded like absolute trash. If you go back and watch the very first episode of that Time-Lapse Millionaire, and then come back and watch this one, I probably sound very different. When I was editing that first one, I was like, man, I don't even know if I should even put this out here, but I did it anyway. So now that series, as I've mentioned there, if you haven't watched it or whatever, it's just a bonus series. It's not going to replace any series that's currently being ran on the actual channel itself, unless, of course, I'm having an issue with an edit, or I'm having an issue getting an upload up, or whatever it is. It's really just going to be there for as a bonus, as an extra series for those of you that do like the time-lapse series. Now, there's some new maps that came out, some new mods that came out as well, and there are a couple decent ones. Obviously, the one that you saw at the beginning of the episode there with the tent, right? We've got some, I think it's called the Hobo Pack, which is hilarious. But anyway, there's some new mods that came out, some new maps that came out as well. And I started doing that Time-Lapse Millionaire series like a couple of days before the new maps came out. And in hindsight, I wish I would have just waited, and I could have, did that series on one of the new maps. But too late now, so I don't know what I'll do with that. I don't know if I'll maybe we just get up and move at some point during that series to a new map, or we just stay on the map itself. I don't know yet. Probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to get up and move, but we'll see. This is not the best mowing job you've ever seen here, but we're literally just trying to see what other grass we can get here. This is all weeded up grass. It's not great grass by any means, and that's fine. We're just literally trying to get us some more money over the next couple of months, right? Because that harvester is going to be here. We're going to need the harvester, I should say. The need to have the harvester is going to be here before we know it. It may seem like we've got a lot of time, but I don't really think we do. So we're mowing all this grass up here anyway. It's just grass. This is pretty much what we're going to be doing up here in this area for the most part anyway. There won't be a whole lot of changes up here. More than likely won't have any kind of crop fields up here. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, but the odds are low that I'd put any kind of crop field up here. I kind of talked about it before. I want to keep this area kind of as it is, up our little homestead area, right? Keep the working area all kind of down at the bottom of the hill. So we'll see what comes of all this, but that's at least the initial thoughts and things I've been saying since kind of the beginning of this series, right? If there is any kind of a field up here at all, it's going to be over here to the right on this side over here. But there's, as you can tell, there's not really a whole lot of room over here to make any kind of any fields, right? There's not. It tells us it's not our land quite quickly over here in this area. So. Okay, there's a small little section over here I'm going to try to hit, and then I think we're going to call this about as good as we're going to get up here. I don't think it's going to let me mow too much of this up here, but we're just going to see what it'll let me. Yeah, see, there you go. Kind of what I expected, but we'll mow what we can. So this episode, much like yesterday's episode, may be a little bit shorter than what you're used to. I'm just going to go ahead and warn you that now. And that's just mostly to save my voice a little bit here. I'm trying. And doesn't feel that great to talk still, I'm sure, as you can hear in my voice, right? So, I'll do whatever I can, do everything I can to make a nice long one for you, but I can't guarantee it, gang. Okay, let's go put this away. We can get the windrower might be a little difficult to actually get and maneuver around up in there, but we'll see what we can do with it. Man, I really love the way this looks right here, man. I mean, we're just kind of scratching the surface with, you know, setting this whole thing up, but it's going to look great here when we're all done, I think. Nope, wrong one. There we go, Z. There you go, buddy. So we'll try the windrower out. At least some of the area we might be able to windrow up, but a lot of it's probably going to have to... We're just going to have to do it as it is. So I was supposed to be, I was supposed to be at a work conference this week, and this sickness kept me from doing that as well. So, work conference was kind of in the Nashville area, so wasn't too far away from where I live. It's about a 4.5, 5-hour drive for us. So it wasn't too far, but yeah, I just, being contagious, I think I'm still contagious today, actually. Up to this day, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to go there and get everybody sick, so that obviously was canceled for me. That's doing a little bit more than I was expecting, honestly. As far as what I mean by that is we're getting a little bit more use out of this than what I was expecting up in here with the trees and everything. Come on. Come on. Get around there. There you go. But this is not going to be the most perfect lines you've ever seen for windrowing, but it'll do the trick, man. It'll do the trick. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. Now, what we're going to do with these is we're going to probably put all of these straight into being wrapped. We are going to have to go buy more wrap. I'm pretty sure, at least. I'm almost positive that when we looked... Well, when I say when we looked, when we did this last time, we ran out of wrap, and that's why we have some bales that are still in our little storage barn that are not wrapped, and we're probably just going to leave those as not wrapped, even though we could take them out and probably make a little bit more money off of them. We'll just leave them that way, and that'll be there for the sheep, right? That way we don't have to worry about the sheep for a while. I don't know if I can fit through here or not. I'm gonna try it. Nope. Kinda didn't think so, but, you know, worth a shot. So that area we're gonna have to do, I'm gonna say manually. Manually is not really the word I'm looking for, but without utilizing the windrow, we're gonna have to do that section. What I probably should have did is since this is such a, you know, tight area up here without a whole lot of open space, with the exception of what we're doing right now, I probably should have just did the old trick of put the mower on the front and the baler on the back and just baled up as we were moving along, but yeah. That's alright. This is going to be a hard turn right here. Alright, we're going to lift that up real quick, because I don't want to go too close here, because we're going to get it in the water, and then it's going to be a bit of a disaster if we're trying to clean that up later on. That's not going to work. Dealing with grass in the water, we're never going to be able to get that out of there. Don't really want that to happen. Couple more passes up here on this side of this hill here, and we're gonna be done with the windrower. And then it's just gonna be a matter of us getting the baler out and then wrapping them up. Now the baler, I think we're getting close on the baler as well to running out of I don't know what you call it, the wire, twine, whatever you would call it. I don't remember what they actually call it in the game, but you know what I mean. The stuff that kind of wraps up the bales for us. Not actual wrapper, not silage wrapper, just keeps the grass all together in a bale format. Twine, I think, is what it's really called in real life, I think. Bale twine. Sounds right. Alright, that's pretty much it there, gang. I'll do a little splash. Splash into a splash. I say splash, we're not splashing anything. We'll do a little spinneroony dash there. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know what that is. Maybe you get what I'm trying to say. Just hit that little tiny spot there is what I was trying to say. We'll hit that little spot there, try to make it easier. The rest of this is all going to have to be done by just making multiple passes. There's not really a whole lot I can do to try to clean all of that up. So, let's go back here. Let's look at the baler. Let's make sure we think we have enough in there. Now, I don't know if I have to go... I would assume I do. I would assume I cannot buy any of the stuff for the baler and for the wrapper from our buying silo over there. I'm almost 99% positive we cannot. So that means we do have to go to the shop to get that stuff. Which is fine, but... Let's see what kind of, what we're dealing with here. Yeah, round bell net, 1 out of 3. We probably are going to have to get some, honestly. I'm going to try it. It's going to say no, but I'm going to try it. I stand corrected. $5? Pfft. Okay. Well, that was totally worth it. Round bale net is what it's called on here. I'm pretty sure it's twine. I think you can buy twine on in the game, too. I'm almost positive about that. Maybe don't hold me against it, but I'm almost positive that that is what it's actually called. Anyway, let's get to work here, gang. These bales are gonna probably roll all over the place. We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to come up here and do something else to get that grass. The grass is a little out of the way. I'm probably gonna have to bring that I'm probably going to bring that back up here. I probably should have kept it up here for situations like that to try to be able to pull some more out of the area that is not ours, so I can make sure I get it. But anyway, let's get to work here. Let's get some bales going. We'll see what we get, how many we get here. How many do you think we're going to get out of this? I would say we're going to get 10. But you let me know your thoughts right now before we watch it. How many bales am I going to get? Alright, so I don't think we even got to 10 bales there, gang, but that's alright. We'll go up there and wrap what we did get, though. Oh, I can change the colors here, too. Okay, well, there you go. Let's go black. I'm actually going to drive up this way, I think. Bit of a different path, different route. I think I'm going to kind of put them all up here in this area, right up in this region, I think. Perfect. Looks like about 6. We almost got another one. I was trying my best there at the end of that time lapse, as you saw, to find some more grass somewhere to get another one. But I just couldn't get there. So my initial plan for this was to do a whole heck of a lot of work on this series off camera. Getting rid of a bunch of trees and stuff, but the it just didn't come to fruition as I had planned and wanted to happen here when I was, well, I mean, I still am, but when I was really, really sick, right, and I really couldn't get a whole lot going. That was my initial goal, but I really just didn't even have the energy to do that, unfortunately, so we'll see what we can do on camera, and then maybe I'll do a little bit off camera as well, if the time permits. Okay, so a lot of these rolled way down here, as you can see. I'm just going to put it over here. I think it's fine right here. Yep, so I think we got a grand total of 7. So I was way off. I normally am. Alright, we are all done here, gang. So I'll take this back here. I'm going to drop this off. I'm just going to leave the bales out here in the middle of the open, actually, because they're not really harming anything. They're not in the way of, you know, a field or anything that we've made. They're just, you know, it's just the generic grass. So we're just going to leave them up there for now. There's really no reason for me to even spend the time to bring them all the way back down here and put them inside the shed. So we'll leave them there until they're ready to go and we can sell them, because we're probably just going to sell them outright. So let me put this away, and then I'll get everything hooked up for the forestry work. All right, we got everything hooked up here. It's time to chop some trees down here. I've got a few chopped down already, as you can see. I think those might have been there in the last episode, actually, as well. But nonetheless, they're still there, so we'll take care of them, though. We're going to get them all... Well, I don't know if we're going to get them all cut down, but we're going to get a good chunk of this section right here all cut down. And hopefully taken over to the sawmill. And once this is kind of cleared out a little bit more, then we're going to start focusing a little bit more on taking out the trees there that are behind our yard that we've started. Because as I've mentioned before, I kind of want the yard to kind of expand that way a little bit, I think. At least at current. You know, kind of go up, back in that way, back behind the sawmill, behind that barn, over this way, right? Well, that tree's stuck in the ground, so that's wonderful. Thing I got to be careful, though, is, you know, I don't want to get rid of every single tree. I want to keep some trees. Over where we're at right now, we know for a fact we want all of these trees gone, because this is really flat area, perfect for crop fields. It's very similar over there as well, but given that that's going to be the yard and some other buildings and productions and things like that, we kind of want to be a little more strategic, I guess, about the trees we chop down over there. Because we want to keep some. We want some shade over there in the yard area. Right. That's enough for right now. We've got to go ahead and take care of some of these trees here. Some of these, like this one, we know we can just pick this up, so I might as well just huck this one on over here for us. So I think based off of the more that I've kind of been tinkering with the sawmill here. It when it was placed, it kind of dropped it down below, slightly below the ground, and that's the reason why we're having a little bit of an issue, because if the tree's in the air, well, most of the time it accepts it no problem, right? But when it's on the ground down here, it's having an issue. So, what we might end up doing is building a bit of a ramp, and that way we can just kind of push the logs off, if that makes any sense, right? So if I take the winch and I kind of line them up in a stack or whatever, and then I can just kind of push the logs off the little ramp or whatever onto here, or in the air into here, I guess, right? That might be the best approach for us to go. I don't know, I need to do a little bit more tinkering with it, but I think that might be the approach to take. Oh, did I not? Maybe I didn't cut that one down. Thought I did. Guess I didn't. Alright, well, let's cut it down. It is a big boy, too, so maybe I did cut it down, and it's a big guy. Nope, did not cut it. But he's cut now. Alright, that really opens up the area a little bit here down, doesn't it? There's not too many trees left here before we're starting on that back section back there, so this is good. This is good. Let's hook up a couple trees here. We'll pull a couple of these out, and then I'll just do a bit of a jump cut and get some of these, more of these removed out of here, I guess. Come on. Latch on. There you go. That tree is super stuck in the ground. I'm going to have some fun trying to get that sucker out, just like all the other ones. I was hoping with all these new mods and everything that have come out, the new maps and stuff, that maybe there'd been a patch or some kind of a fix to come out for this issue, but it seems that's not the case, unfortunately. I apologize, I have to kind of keep clearing my nose and stuff, gang. It's not on purpose. It's I just don't really have any other option here. So I did do a little bit of manipulating, as you can see here. Some of the grass has been removed, trying to get it to a point where it works a little bit better, and it does work better. It's still not perfect, as you just saw. But it does work better than it was before. Is that a stump or is that really a tree? I guess that's both. Alright, let's grab these three. Perfect. Come on. Pull the trees. Let's go. Yep, we're gonna have to lift that guy up. That was a big dog. These floating trees in the ground, too, are kind of a annoying menace as well, aren't they? go. Alright, how are we looking in here now? 33,000, that's good. Alright, gang, well, a little bit of a shorter episode. Like I mentioned before, it was going to probably be a bit of a shorter episode. Just saving myself a little bit here so I can try to get a few more done for you and get back in the groove here. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you smashed the like and the subscribe button. Both are free to do. And until next time, I'll catch you all in the next episode.